Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. This is episode 3 of RageQuit. Yeah, it took us over a year to come up with another episode. Sadly, it's just me. I'm the last one of the group, and I was gonna add some more people into it, but some crazy shit's going down, and honestly, couldn't deal with it. But we'll get more into that here later. So, welcome to another podcast. Yeah, it's crazy, right? You guys have probably been anticipating for this to come back. I've been talking about bringing this back for a long time now, and yeah, it's way back. I'm excited. The only thing I really am really excited about is maybe hopefully getting a better mic. I do have the AT2020, but I want to get a better podcast mic, mostly because I'm feeling like doing some video formatting. So it's up to you guys. If you guys really do enjoy audio or if you really just enjoy video, just let me know down in the comments. This will be up on YouTube if you are listening from Spotify and Apple. So if you do want to watch a video version in the future, go down to the Rage Quit podcast on YouTube and or just follow the link through Spotify and etc. And it'll take you there, and then leave a comment under this video to see if you want to if you want to have a video format or if you just want to audio. This one's just going to be audio, mostly because it's just me. So I'm just on here to talk shit today. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot of crazy things. And I hope a lot of it you guys can relate to, I would say. I kind of would say is you can relate to. But yeah, today I'm just going to shoot the shit. Kind of talk about some future plans for the podcast and some future guests. Ask you guys, you guys got a lot of comedy to do because I got a lot of stuff to ask you guys. So it's going to be really fun. But overall, I'm back. A lot of you guys that are listening probably haven't talked to me since the last time we ever did this episode. So, not much has really been going on. Just school. Just finishing up my last few semesters of college to make it out to the big leagues, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with school. And I think that's kind of weird to say because I was never a school kid as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did horrible in high school. Did horrible in elementary school. Just didn't care. Want to play video games. Want to hang out with friends. But now I'm sitting here like I'm excited for homework. I never thought I'd ever be like that. It's kind of weird. Kind of grew on me, I would say. But it's just been crazy learning programming, Python, C++, etc. Doing some more revisions on HTML5. Just having a lot of fun with it. And, I would love to make future update videos on it my YouTube channel. So if you guys are looking for tech channels or coding videos, then go check out my channel that's linked in the description. You'll be able to find that here in the future. I will be uploading tech videos. We'll talk about that more on the other podcasts and stuff. We'll walk it through. I'm still looking for ideas and lesson plans to graft up so I can teach you guys some cool coding. It's really interesting figure of mine. As long as you guys don't know me, I used to be Huddy Tech, so it's kind of cool, and I think you guys can really trust me. But yeah, we're back. I'm so excited because I just been waiting to start a podcast because I'm the type of person. I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I'm the type of person I feel like I just never talk about shit, but only to a few people, but it just doesn't feel like it's really being heard, And that's kind of where my problem is. I just feel like I kind of just wanted a platform where I can speak my opinions and my own life and stuff. And none of my opinions are going to be political or anything like that. You guys don't have to really worry about that because I'm a dog on each side of the political spectrum because I don't give a shit about either one of them. So, it's going to be fun, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun on fucking Rage Quit podcast. It's going to be a great time. But going back onto what's going on, man, I just, I don't know. I'm just tired of fucking people, dude. I don't know. I'm just tired of people. I think I've just hit my limit on the people aspect of my life. It's just every time, I don't know, people are just hard to deal with. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but I had that problem very dearly here recently, especially. It's just people are just hard to just be there. It's just rough, man. You just you're kind of just there. You're just there, and then they're there, and then it always never turns out good, I would say, So that's what I've been really kind of doing with life recently, especially with friends and etc. Other than that, nothing really crazy, Just it's just been insane of how many two-faced people I've ever met in my life. And it's getting to the point that it's just unbearable to watch because it's so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for these people. And it's a lot. It's just a lot of people. I honestly quit talking to people much. It's getting to that point, It's getting to that point that I just really want to kind of segregate myself from everyone and just do my own thing. I don't mind being an only host of a podcast because I don't know. I just really wanted to bring more of a related field to this because I want to talk more about other things too. Like here later, I want to talk more about the Elon Musk and Will Smith shit. I think that's really fascinating. I'm a little late on it, but it's something cool to put out for the first episode. And you guys might like to listen and, share the same opinions because I'm going to share either side. So, like, either way, we're going to get down to the funny points. It's just crazy to, like, think about the fact that you can be friends with someone and then, like, not even that long, it's just different, Like, I don't know if you've ever had that relationship with someone, but you build a relationship just for it to be torn down over something very stupid. And I've had that happen a lot, like within like the past couple of years. Just people just like to come in and out. You can't find that balanced friendship. I've never had that best friend. It's just really been kind of weird recently. Must because I'm getting to the point in time in my life where I just want to sit around and eat fucking hot dogs and drink beer with boys. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so hard to find friends that aren't shitty. Like, I don't know why I keep saying it's really hard to find friends that are like that. My dad never really had friends like that, most because all of his friends lived everywhere. But I see everyone else, like social medias, it's like that. They're all hanging with their boys, having fun, and it's like I never got to experience that because either I was in school, I was working so hard to save up money for stuff. I just never got that chance to go out and have fun. I'm 24 years old and I have only been to 2 bars in my lifetime. It's like, what the fudge? What the fudge, man? It's like, where the fuck's the fun at, It's just really disappointing because I really want to find those friends. And I feel like I'll find more of those friends when I find a career. And I kind of gave up on gaming. So, like, gaming videos are fun to make. I can say. But it's the fact of the audience is so hard to reach. Because no one ever thinks about the possibility of 10,000 other people doing the same content as you. And it's hard these days, especially in the late days of YouTube, to find a niche and become the best at it, or to become the only person on that platform to have that niche. And I always found that really hard, and I just kind of gave up on video games because I'm not having fun, because every time I play video games with friends, it turns into something that it's not supposed to be. And I just feel disappointed because it just like, it kind of just bothers me because I can't get reactions. I can't do anything. Like, for some reason, I always pick, like, the same friends that do not benefit anyway. I don't know. It's just really weird. So I gave up on gaming for a long time. And I still play video games, don't get me wrong, but for content, it's just not fun anymore. Gaming content is kind of fading away. And in my heart, at least. Not, like, in YouTube. I don't know about YouTube. But I just feel like, I think getting more comfortable with this podcast will help me out a lot. Most because, like, I don't really know what to fully say. I have stuff written down in, like, key segments and stuff, but I'm really bad at interpreting feelings into words. But I hope this podcast really just help it, because that's the reason why I'm doing it. Like, I want this podcast to kind of be like my diary. And I kind of want to just evaluate how I feel every week. And I want you guys to know, if you guys want to carry on in this adventure with me, then you guys will know as well, and I would love to hear you guys' recommendations. If you guys have any stories, you guys like the show, like, the comments are open for anyone. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I have a lot of good plans for this podcast. But I just feel like this is my path for right now. But if I were ever going to start doing more YouTube videos where it comes more to editing and stuff like that, it definitely would be from more of like a coding tutorials, tech tutorials, cool things you can do on a computer that people don't really know much about. And I think it'd be really cool, and I want to see what you guys' input is. Like, if anyone is ever a fan of anything that I ever really made, then, it'd be a really cool thing to hear about, and I hope I hear more about that when the audience grows more. So, but yeah, we're back for episode 3. It's going to be insane. We got about 3 topics I really want to talk about. I'm supposed to talk about it with a few other people, but, shit happens, and, you can't really control the universe because fuck people, so whatever. So, like, the first topic I want to talk about was the Elon Musk thing. We all know Elon Musk is rich. But he's not money rich, y'all. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, people are always like, I keep seeing this, dude. I swear to goodness, if I see this on Twitter one more time, I'm blowing my fucking brains out. And it is insane how people are like, oh, he had $44 million. There's 340 million people in the United States. He could have gave each person $1 million and would have still had a whole bunch of money. Like, the stupidest shit I ever heard, Like, like 7 billion people in the world, and he would be left with like $37 billion at the end of the day. No, Tesla is only worth so much. Elon Musk is rich, but he's asset rich. I mean, like a lot of older people are not even money rich; they're just asset rich. Whenever your grandparent dies, usually what happens is your parents go and sell the house and get all the money that they had in assets, and that's how they get the money. Because the older generations are smart. They don't believe in government. They don't believe in loans and the banks and stuff because of what happened in the 30s and stuff like that. It's just they keep everything in one area, and that's usually assets where they own it. But I think that's more of like the Elon Musk system, because he didn't fully get the $44 million by himself. He got the $44 million from other investors as well. And not many people talk about that. One of the investors is one of the investors that invested into Tesla. He borrowed $1 billion from him. I think he borrowed another $13 billion. So I think he had $26 billion given to Elon Musk overall. And of course, I can't source it for you guys, but I've seen this on an article. It was on Sun Times. So like, it's somewhat possible, and I've seen it everywhere else. But I know for a fact, especially when he already mentioned on Twitter that he couldn't even factually buy it unless he got money together. He can't pull out billions of dollars out of his companies. It's gonna crash the companies. So he has to find, he has a little money here and there he probably did. I think he cut some out of Tesla or some shit like that, and he got money from another dude and a few other people. But it's just like, the Saudi prince wants to be a cut of it. I'm pretty sure the Saudi prince put money towards it or something. Something crazy, but he didn't fully get the $44 billion. And that's why I think people just misinterpret it. But I think the good thing about this whole situation is Elon Musk is going to be in control of one of the most popular online social media sites in the world. Facebook, let's be honest, you and your grandmother use that shit. Get the fuck out of here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's whack compared to, like, Twitter. I love Twitter because I love just, like, watching like sports and stuff like that. I love looking at the newest like Xbox stuff. That's what my TL is usually. But man, here in this past couple months, dude, like I'd say probably within the past year, it's just been nothing but political. Like, what's up? Like, come on, man. Like, what happened to like iFunny is becoming a new Twitter. I swear to goodness, I used to find memes everywhere on Twitter, but now I have to go to iFunny because everyone just nonstop talks about politics. It's slightly annoying, and I think it's just what Elon Musk is going to have to fight. I don't know what he is directly going to do. I know something about how he's going to detain free speech and keep the right and left neutral. But it's like, why can't they just be grown-ups and share an app? Because one side's saying that they're toxic and shit. I see it as both of them are toxic. They just want to be right. Both sides want to be right. And it's like, come on. It's a child's game. We look stupid to people right now. The United States looks weaker than anything I've ever seen in my life. But that's just me talking. Just talking some shit. So going on from that, I have a feeling that with the fact that Elon Musk has already been warned about a few things he's already talked about on Twitter, it's quite insane of how like they're interpreting bad behavior from the person that just purchased your fucking website. But they've also been talking about how Elon Musk might actually fire the person that's in charge of like basically like free speech on the app. You know what I'm saying? Like, she determines what's good and what's bad, and that should not be one person. If one person's a part of that, then that's more of like her playing God. Not life or death, but it's life or death for people if they get banned or not. People take that shit serious, especially in the soft ass world we live in now. It's crazy. So it really makes you wonder, is he going to really fire her? If he does, that's a good thing because she has been really doing a bad job. She's been banning people too much that have over like thinking priorities. And, I've seen some hate speech from a lot of sides of the political spectrum, but it seems like to me that this woman only targeted one side. And the proof already shows. It shows that she's banned these people. I mean, they already leaked the information out of who banned who. And she's been on a roll with the right side. So I want to start seeing some even fighting. I want to see some lefties get fucking banned. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some good drama. Like, I mean, if Twitter is turning into a drama, it's the Glee Twitter. That's funny. Glee Twitter. It's just a whole bunch of idiots just on fucking Twitter, twiddling their thumbs thinking they're correct. Dude, whatever happened to just like talking shit to people's faces? Oh, God, dude, that shit is I'm getting comfortable now. Okay? Dude, like, whatever happened to that? I I've been seeing it a lot, like in videos and just like personally and stuff like that. Like whenever you go to confront someone, it's just like it's awkward. It's weird. I mean, I had a lot of practice confronting people. I used to confront my brothers all the time. So like, but like now, like everyone's soft as fuck. Like they don't even argue. Like they all they have to do is just mute you, or they just leave, or something. You know, it's like. Where's the Call of Duty lobbies? You know, when you get affected on your KD if you leave. Like, we need that shit back. We need to bring back hate. No, I'm kidding. No, man. We just need to bring back, like, actual socialization. I think socialization is really falling apart with this younger generation. You know, if your younger generation's living out there, ask your girlfriend out. You know, if you're going to ask your girlfriend out, go up to her in the face. Like, now and all these kids are, like, asking them out through text and shit. Like, I never did that as a kid. I mean, it's really weird. I mean, me and my girlfriend that I have now, I asked her out in person and it wasn't that bad. If you're really scared about it, then that means you're probably not ready for a relationship in the first place. So get the fuck out, kids. You know, save all the overage women for us, because now women are dude, I actually just witnessed this, dude. Holy crap. Why are women switching roles with the men by picking younger guys now instead of older guys? It just blows my mind, right? Like, it's just, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but it's been flipping. Like, it's been flipping, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense anymore. Like, this girl I graduated with, she ended up marrying a 40-year-old man. But nowadays, I'm seeing, like, 24-year-old women dating 18-year-old dudes. It's fucking weird now, man. It's getting really sus. It's like, are these old men not be able to, can they not hang? Are they not, like, it's making me wonder, you know? But, I don't know, it's just, I feel like everything in the world is turning upside down. Not even in the world, just in the United States, because everyone just copies whatever the fuck we do at the time. So it's like, I mean, it's a fun thing, because I mean, it's the West Coast culture. You know, everyone wants to be in the West Coast culture. It's not bad. So if anyone's out there listening and I took that bad, it's not true. You know, you guys don't copy us. It's just, you know, I mean, it's like Japanese copying black culture. You know, it's like that type of you know, I mean, but it's cool. I don't care. You know, it doesn't bother me if some Chinese dude wants to live the life that I'm living. I wish he could. You know, come over here and hang out with me, Ching. I got you, dog. I'm down for it. I'm down. I have a lot of Asian friends, dude. College was insane. You know, being in computer science in college and a university where it's cheap. The cheap university, by the way, guys. And, you know, I met a lot of Asians. Really cool dudes. Really cool, man. And they actually appreciate where they're at. You know, and I don't think people appreciate stuff, like, a lot. Like, that's the whole talk. This isn't even political. This isn't even anything. I'm done talking about that shit. That was Elon Musk shit. I'm talking about, like, where's the appreciation these days? I don't think anyone appreciates anything. It's been hella crazy. And it's, like, kind of annoying, because it's like we live in a good society here, but yet, like, we take it so much for a advantage. Like, oh, gas is fucking $3.90 or something. Oh, wow, you know, we could be living in the slums like another country. At least we're complaining about $10, like $10 extra on a gas pump, like, compared to other people that are dying every day and shit, and they look at us like we're fucking stupid. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, we just appreciate stuff too much, because, like, being friends with those guys, man, like, they were just so honored to, like, talk to me. Like, they were just so honored. Like, I would see them at clubs and stuff that I was a part of, and I was a part of a Japanese club in college, so, like, I would introduce a lot of the Asian cultures and Japanese cultures, and, like, so, like, I was in a few clubs, so, like, I was in Japanese, you know, I kind of surrounded myself with the group that I was a part of. So, like, computer science, my school was majority Asian. I was probably the only white dude in my class, which I'm cool with, because they could teach me a lot of stuff. They're very smart, very talented, because they dedicate themselves, because they don't get that opportunity in their homeland. And it's like, it's so cool. And, like, the way I got to talk to them and socialize with them, it really just opened my eyes on different cultures and the different aspects of how they were taught and how they live and how they're allowed to, you know, they can't talk back to the police. They can't talk back to other people. They get in trouble, you know, for that stuff. We take that for granted. We get to say whatever the fuck we want. So it's like, people freaking out about this stuff, it makes me mad. Because people just don't cherish what they have in this moment, because someone else would take that in an instant. You know, there's always someone better out there, you know. There's always someone better. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Is this old saying my grandpa used to tell me was, you could be great at something, but there's always going to be someone better. And it's not a quote to down yourself, but it's a quote to challenge yourself. So, like, if you guys are listening on this podcast, I hope you are. That'd be awesome if you are. Why don't you make a goal and, like, challenge yourself? My challenge is to learn 2 more languages in coding by the end of the year. And I believe I'm going to do that with school and also outside sources. And here recently, I've been working really hard on learning Python in more of a C++ server base. I just, it's just, it's hard. But I feel like I've challenged myself because I want to go out in the real world and be better than the people that have a better degree than I do. Because I know I'm better because I did more. I did more than what I was asked to do. Like, do I have to learn some of these codes for become a software developer? No, I don't have to. But do I want to be the best and do I want to secure myself in the future? Yeah, I want to be able to support people. So, like, if they could take anything out of this whole podcast today, it is to challenge yourself, pick good friends, and don't listen to anyone. Listen to yourself. I used to listen to everyone. And I feel like Twitter's became harmful with that instance. Everyone goes to Twitter for judgment in a court of law. And I don't care. Like, but people do. And they have to feel like other people have to agree with them for it to be validated. It's not true, If you think you're good at something and you think you're right about something, then hold on to it. Because the most embarrassing thing in the world is to think you're right about something and push that limit and argue it, and then at the end of the day, end up being wrong. And that's where you got to pick your battles. Because I could give a fuck if Jimmy knows how to do this better than I do. If he's, let's say for instance, if a guy is in video editing and I'm in software development, and there's a software question, right? And that videographer guy goes and answers that question, and I know for fucking sure that guy is full of absolute video editing shit, I'm going to call him out on it, and I'm going to be like, yo, dude, like, why are you even talking about it? You know nothing about this subject. And then that's something that's, oh, dude, that's so good, dude. Okay, I'm getting a lot off my chest today. So, going off that, like, have you guys ever been, like, good at something, and then you go and show it to, like, a friend or, like, family and etc., and they just don't care? Like, they just don't believe you, like, as if you just don't do it, like, let's say if an artist, like, someone that drives cars is going to judge an artist's painting by telling him what he should have done. It's like, no, that artist knows what he was doing, and you're just a car driver, so shut the hell up, and that's something I've been doing with a lot recently too, man. Like, I'm getting really tired of it. It's like I didn't go spend hours and hours and lives and stress and money and all of this on just getting an education just for someone to tell me that something isn't right that I know is right, because for fuck's sakes I wrote 2,000 fucking papers on it or some shit, like it's really just disappointing because it just makes you feel like you're doing this basically for nothing because everyone supposedly could be a goddamn professional coder just off Google. I've had a lot of problems like that with some classmates in my classes, friends, for instance. It's like I just became to the point that I just shut up. I just don't talk anymore. I'm done helping people because, like, every time I do, they always question. It's like, why would I tell you something for you to question it? If I was telling you something for you to question it, it'd be me asking you a question. But if I'm telling you something and I'm pretty fucking confident on it, then just believe it. I mean, who cares, bro? You could Google search that shit later, whatever. But if if you have to Google search something, like if one of my friends told me something and they sounded serious about it and they sounded like that, and I know that they know something about it, then I'm not going to sit there and question it, nor am I going to sit there and like try to like prove them wrong. And that's just something I found so toxic in friendships recently. Like outside, like family, and also just in friend groups in general, is just you see the crazy amount of people that just have no clue about stuff, and then just they kind of just talk about it, and then they kind of like, oh yeah, and then every time it's like you gotta have Google ready every fucking second, right? It's like, it's insane, and I don't like that shit, and I don't know like if anyone else is with me on that, but it pisses me off because it really just undermines. It's like, it's kind of like a toxic trait where you just undermine your friends constantly, It's like, I'm not going to sit there and tell my friend that's a videographer how to edit, Because that dude put all that time and effort in learning that stuff, and if he says something that I don't know anything about, then I'm gonna go with it. It's toxic not to. Yeah, I'm not his friend if I don't support him. And here recently, I just don't feel support. The only support I have is my girlfriend. She's an amazing support. And I'm really on a mission to kind of look for people like that. I've been really kind of quiet recently just to kind of more of think about where I need to be. And I'm praying to God I meet these friends when I get a career in the future. And that's just something that I'm praying for, because at the end of the day, it's just I need to surround myself with people that are like me, you know? And you need to surround yourselves with people that like you. Don't underestimate your value. Overestimate it. You deserve more than what you're getting. You always do. To a certain extent. Don't be a greedy bitch. You know? Don't be that greedy bitch out there. But don't also, you don't have to listen to it. At the end of the day, you can just be like, yo, that's cool, bro. You're wrong, but whatever. But even if you do that, that could also sometimes fracture friendships, and it could also kind of hurt them. But at the end of the day, do you really want that person as a friend if they make you feel like that, if they undermine your only education you ever got? No. And I'm not going to, I've kind of realized that myself. I'm not going to undermine my value based on someone else's opinion. And I think that's kind of like the point of the story that I'm making here. When your opinion matters only to you, no one else has to give a fuck about it. But when someone says they don't give a fuck about it, then don't complain about it. Especially for people that are like out there like, oh yeah, opinions stink, but everyone has them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? The opinion is like a butthole. Everyone has them. Like that saying. Like there's people out there that say that shit, but whenever they see someone else's opinion, they go fucking bananas about it. And just like the whole like Elon Musk thing, like I feel like it's just a left and right political spectrum that you're just fighting over like who's right and who's wrong. It's like, who even gave you the power to decide that? That is a higher being than any of us, It's kind of crazy. But I'm very excited about seeing where I'm going to be going in the future and how I surround myself with positive people and people that actually know stuff like me, and I can conversate with them without being opinionated, I would say. I just want to have a good convo without being told some crazy shit. But going on to the next segment, I really wanted to talk about this one too. And I feel like it's a really big one. And it happened a few weeks ago, as you guys can tell. It's the Will Smith journey. And I have a lot to talk about that. Mostly because, I don't know. I like to talk shit. So that's what this podcast is considered really to be. So it's something you could really just plug into your ears and kind of listen to and be like, yeah, I feel that shit, And it's going to be better. This is the only time I will be by myself, just letting you know. So this is the only solo podcast. If you guys want more solo podcasts, then just let me know. But the next podcast will definitely have someone else in it. Most likely will be a friend, or it will be my girlfriend, etc. I honestly might just run this podcast by myself and then just invite guests every week, or like maybe just do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my first one that I've done by myself. And I feel like I've kind of been everywhere a little bit, but just stick with me. I'm kind of getting used to it again. I'm not going to be a great podcaster the first episode, but I have some good things to talk about. But going on to the Will thing, let's get back on track. So Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the face a couple weeks ago on live on, it was the Oscars? Yeah, because it's not the Grammys. Of course not, because Will Smith could win one for his life. But it's at the Oscars. And, it was about the G.I. Jane joke, about the alopecia inside Jay's hair. It kind of triggered him, but like going back and like watching it and like forming my own opinion on it, I feel bad for Will. I don't really think that was the real Will. I think that was a Will that was insecure. And how I know is I've been in relationships that are insecure. I felt insecure a lot of the times in them, and honestly, at the end of the day, it's best to leave them. If you're out there right now and you question yourself if you want to leave your girlfriend, not because of some shit that like just feels like it doesn't feel good, like you feel like you're just running along and you don't feel like you're actually driving your relationship, then leave. Because your significant other should always make you feel like you're worth like the same value as they are. And if you don't feel like you're sharing the same value, then you aren't getting the same benefits, and that just means like you're basically just giving all of you but getting nothing in return, And that hurts, and that definitely is something that you should probably look into. definitely. And I feel like that's what Will is doing as well. I see that he can't control his relationship. He doesn't have control of his relationship. His wife has full control. She's the woman. She's going to get, I mean, just depending, I don't know, like, if they have a prenup or nothing, but let's be honest here, Jada ain't worth shit compared to whatever fucking Will Smith, the legend, had to fucking fork out for any of her expertises that she's a part of, question mark. I just feel like he gave her everything, but she gave him nothing. Besides Jaden, but she's a little bitch anyway, so let's be honest here, she really did give him nothing. And I feel like he is on the ledge where he just thought he had to make himself look badass because he's been out of the limelight for a while. I mean, when was the last time Will Smith came out with a good movie? Aladdin in 2018? That was okay, but he painted himself blue. Like, who the fuck stoops that low? He went from I Am Legend to paint himself blue. You know? Like, what was it? Blight? The movie Bright or Blight? I can't remember. It's about the creatures in Los Angeles, and they're like, it was like symbolism for, you know, racism between race and stuff. Good movie. Great movie. Great freaking movie, by the way. Definitely give it a watch. That was a good one. Really showed his badassness. He always was aggressive. You haven't seen Will Smith without a gun in any of his movies, I swear to God. Name a movie in the comments of Will Smith without a gun. Men in Black is one. That's one where he has a gun. You got I Am Legend. He has the AR. You got iRobot. He has a pistol AR. You already know that. You got Aladdin. He has a fucking lamp. Yes, that's funny. You know, it's like that, bro. So Aladdin would be one without a gun. Let's be honest here. You could have just made a gun finger and just shot some genie shit out of his finger. It's fucking weird. Maybe some blue fucking Nerf cum will come out or something. Who fucking knows? But it's just, I found that fascinating. Like, he always has control in his movies. But in real life, he doesn't have control of his own marriage. So when you look at that symbolism, you see, like, especially watching, like, the Oscars, like, his expressions during the joke, he was laughing. Jada gave that little, oh, I'm your daddy smirk. And he had to either make a decision as if he makes himself look like he's what he used to be, you know, in the movies, what people look at him as a nice, strong, independent man that takes care of his family, in Pursuit of Happiness, which is another movie without a gun. You know, he doesn't feel like he's in control, and I think he tried to grab that control back. Didn't mean to do it. I don't think he meant to do it to Chris Rock. I do not believe he meant to do it to Chris Rock. I honestly believe he meant to do it to, I would say more of like, I don't know, probably Shakira. I'm kidding, but it's just, it's sad to see, you know, it's sad to see someone decline like that, especially like in health, and I haven't really seen him talk about much outside. You know, he apologized and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like Jada kind of underestimates Will's ability to kind of be a man, I would say. You know, it's kind of weird. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's time for Will to kind of get it together, bring it back. He's got to make a banger fucking movie. Like, he's got to come out with a good movie. Like, I don't know if he has a movie coming out anytime soon or not, but I feel like he's going to come out with I Am Legend 2. He's going to have the biggest dick in the fucking room, and he's going to fucking do it, dude. He's going to do it. He's going to become Will Smith OG. Or, like, reboot Prince of Bel-Air. Reboot that shit, dude. Like, why are you waiting for? But, yeah. That's just crazy, man. I just can't believe, you know, that stuff happened, and it's just insane. But it looks like we're coming close to the time that I wanted to end at. But next episode will be way longer. It'll be about an hour long. But this episode, I just wanted to kind of talk about a few things and introduce a little bit more of what I want to do. I really kind of want to start looking for some easier sponsorships to kind of build the community a little bit. Make sure you share this with your friends. If you are listening to this, definitely, and give it a nice like. Listen to it on Spotify, Apple. You know, go follow us on there. And then, yeah. But that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. And it's been an awesome time talking to you guys. So I'll talk to you guys next episode. So peace out.